It was Talking Sundowns by Soccerbeat. Umjaka here, hanging out with Mshege, Shakes Ngwenya, talking Chippa United, Mamelodi Sundowns, starting the season 1-1 against Chippa. It's a dropped point, Mshege, because the expectations are so high. What a start! Artur Sales will definitely be a talking point. He got us all excited within 30 minutes. We thought something bigger was going to happen. It didn't happen, Shege. Gonna get your reaction on why it didn't happen. Gonna get your reaction on the starting 11, Shaggy. We have to talk about that starting 11. What's missing? What got everybody talking when they saw that starting 11? What were the surprises? What were the talking elements? Maybe let's flip it there, Shaggy. Starting 11. From the get-go, there were signs of destabilized Sundowns, because now here you are, you have Mutiba, you have Basadien in the same lineup, but you don't have Ribeiro, you don't have Mutau, you don't have you don't have these key players who have these problems or discussions with management at the moment.
They were not there even the game before in the MTN 8, so I didn't expect them here today. We all know that Ribeiro, it looks like he's on his way out of Sundowns, with all the interest from him. Qatar, there's been talk of Qatar, there's been talk of Brazil, so I have no problem, Umjaka, with the starting lineup today. I thought the players who were put in the starting lineup are more than capable of doing the job. We know that Sundowns always rotate their squad and try and keep it fresh because of the many games that they'll be playing this season. That's why you saw the likes of your Shishi also on the bench, whereas he started in the previous game. We also saw the likes of Shalulile, who was a surprise to me to see him in the starting lineup. Pity he wasn't used at all, looking at the fact that Reyners didn't have the best of games today, surprisingly, But the first time in 7 seasons that Sundowns start the season not winning a game. But for me, Umjaka, to be honest, not much negatives on the Sundown side, just a lot of positives on the Chippa side. Chippa have to be given credit, for the way they set out, for the way they worked hard, especially in that second half. They really played well. And disappointed about not getting the 3 points, but a lot of positives. Sales again coming in and scoring a beautiful goal, which I thought was a quality goal, making it look easy, but the technique he used, and the build up to the goal I thought was quality. And Mabena coming in and showing also that resilience, that firepower, from the youngster, and almost getting the winner for Sundowns there. So a lot of positives, but obviously not getting the 3 points is the negative, But credit to Chippa for their way they really worked hard defensively, being organized, and getting that one goal for them, which Sundowns didn't really. I don't think Chippa created any chances. It's just that deflection, which it's a pity it happens in football.
Shaggy, Cardoso, we had a whole few months with Cardoso. We saw what was going on. I'm looking at the lineup, Mshege. We know Mutau's first choice, Mshege. He's not there. We know Ribeiro's first choice. He's not there. Now, remember, Chambazwana didn't play the crucial games. He didn't play Club World Cup. Didn't play the final, the CAF final, when he was expected to. So Mshishi, is not a Cardoso soldier per se. He hasn't relied on Mshishi that much. He has Mshishi on the bench, right, available to him. Peter Shalulile, same thing, in and out of the team. He hasn't relied on Peter Shalulile that much. Now, so the guys you relied on are not there now. You're calling on the guys that we debated about the whole season, Shege. Me and you were here. Shalulile, why is he in and out? Mshishi, what is Cardoso looking for? You know what I mean? Insisting with Sales. Now you are relying on these guys, Mshege, to make a difference for you in a game like this. What does it say about the situation right now at the club?
Yeah, Umjaka, I don't think it's much of a train smash, to be honest. It's the beginning of the season. likes of your Ribeiro have quite an interest from other teams, obviously, after the Club World Cup. Um, other players are going to be given an opportunity. The likes of Yoma Bena, they showed last game what he's capable of, and he's coming back from an injury. Now the coach is giving him an opportunity, Good to see the likes of your Letlhaku being given an opportunity after hearing that after handing in his transfer request. I think he's telling the coach that, what, I don't want to sit on the bench and not play at Sundowns. It's either I get an opportunity or I get transferred. So it was good to see him come on, and you could see what he could do, creating quality passes there as well. So Umjaka, I don't think it's much of a train smash. Yes, we didn't get the 3 points, but the team was still gelling. The team still played well, and just today, couple of players that I believe in, especially Reyners, didn't really have the best of games, but it happens. I think the boys are going to bounce back in the next game.
Knowing knowing that the coach has the favorites, the ones who are expected to play, they have their situation with management. If they sort out their situations, where does that leave a guy like Letlhaku, who has his own ambitions, as you say, handed in a transfer request? There's some interest overseas. What decision does he make now? Does he wait for management to make a decision on Ribeiro, or does he make a decision on his own? Was this enough to make him feel like he's part of the team and there's a future for him in the team?
Yeah, Letlhaku's a youngster, quality player, and he's still got interests, I think, in Portugal, So I think Sundowns know what he's capable of, and just a matter of just getting his opportunity, and taking it. I think he's still going to get more game time. I believe he came on today and added value in the team. So I think he's somebody who's still going to get his opportunity again to play. The likes of Yoma Bena as well. I thought did well. Basadien, I thought he was all right, but I think the coach made a change there and put Mdunyelwa because he realized that they needed more width and more pace on the wide areas. And Mdunyelwa was able to provide that in that second half. So I think it's just a matter of getting that combinations going. It's the beginning of the season, but the boys will gel with time, and that machine will be running soon, the way we know it.
It's exactly those kind of things I'm talking about. Mdunyelwa sitting on the bench, knowing he's the natural natural player for that position. But Basadien was played first, and now the coach says, "Oops, I made a mistake. I'm now gonna bring you on because now I realize I actually need you." Is this the way to go into a season, Shege, where there's certain guys he doesn't know when he's gonna be needed? Mdunyelwa didn't know he's gonna be needed because he's surprised that a left-footed player is playing in his position. And now all of a sudden, I need you to step up. What's going on then, Shege? Explain to me. I've never been a pro footballer. You know what it is.
Yeah, Umjaka, you know what? The coach, sometimes, when you're a coach, you spoiled with so much players. I think he wants to give Basadien a chance, and instead of playing him in that position that he's used to in the left back, I think he preferred Modiba, who I thought played well in that position today. You saw them swapping sides at times. Modiba going to the right, Basadien going to the left. But I think didn't really work. I think Mdunyelwa should have started the game. And I think maybe we'll see him starting the next game, and maybe Basadien should just wait for his chance, until Modiba maybe doesn't have the best game, and then he gets his opportunity on the left, because today Modiba played well on that left position. But I think Mdunyelwa, yes, after his performance in the MTN 8, I thought should have started. I think the coach just wants to give a new player like Basadien an opportunity to play, but I think he was better playing him in his natural left back position.
I think when Penulile Mshege, I think let's leave it there for now because there's not much to celebrate. We're gonna watch Amapagania to see what they're gonna do. All the best. Otherwise, izohlangana khona after 30 games. We'll see. Who's going to be standing there? Lifting. Or kanjani, Shag?
Thank you, Mchaga. You know what? Not the best of starts, but definitely it's going to be a bumper season. We see the likes of Chippa. Nobody's walkover. You know, you don't earn your right to win in the Betway Premiership. You know, so everybody's got to fight for the 3 points, and I think Sundowns will come back and bounce back stronger.
Let the beat do the talking. This was Talking Sundowns by Soccerbeat.
Soccerbeat, what?